This week's game improvement story is a golf fitness story. I'm Matt Gajtka, the editor of Pittsburgh Golf Now, with my brother, certified strength and conditioning specialist, Mark Gajtka, and he and I have collaborated on some videos in the past called Make Me Stronger. This being golf, we could call it Make Me Longer Off the Tee, maybe? What do you think about that?
Big drives, that's what you want, that's what we're going for. Well, I think it's kind of unique in a way that you are actually stationary while trying to create power. And there's a lot of other sports where that doesn't really happen. I mean, if you can think of another situation within athletics, baseball to some degree, obviously the batter, but they still get kind of a plant and be able to step and turn. With golf, you know, that's not necessarily the way that it's done. So maybe we should start to do that.
You can do it that way. Maybe that's the next step for Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, he's really close coming out of the shoes there.
So the name of the game is generating tension, coil, and power without necessarily moving our body forward. So that means paying attention to the core and to some rotational forces. What you'll need for today's exercises: one standard issue golf club, and also a mat perhaps for the second one that we're going to look at.
So today what we're going to be working on, as we talked about the power with being stationary, what we're going to look at through is this rotational ability of your upper back and trying to get rotation from the correct spot. So a lot of times, you know, the hips can rotate, the low back can rotate, and the upper back can rotate. And really our best rotation is going to come from our upper spine, or kind of that mid-back. The thoracic spine is another spot that you'll hear referred to as. And that's what we're going to work through today, is that plus a little bit of this motion to kind of get arm kind of across your body too, so that it isn't restricted whenever you do go and start to create this tension and rotation.
Okay, we're in the Gajtka Family Training Center out back or at the side of my house. So we have enough space for this. It's not a huge driveway, but just to demonstrate, you don't need a lot of space or a lot of equipment.
Don't need a lot of space, don't need a lot of tools.
To pull it off, and I'm going to hand you this tool, and you're going to get to work here and explain the first move for us.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so first, just grabbing the club. This is going to be a tool to kind of help to make sure you're getting the rotation from the right spot. This is why you have this in your hand, and I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to do with it. So you're going to take a knee. So you're going to be working both directions, but really what we want you to do is be opening towards the side that's down. Okay, so this is my left leg is going to be up in front of me, my right leg's back and planted. You can see my toe there on the back. And what I'm going to be doing is working my rotation towards this side. So my arms are going to be crossed here. This helps to lock that upper back. What you want to think about is rotating through from the belly button up to the shoulders. And so I'm pushing firmly with my front leg into the ground, my back leg into the ground to kind of lock my hips. My right side, my glute or my butt muscle, I'm really trying to lock and squeeze tight there. And then all I'm trying to do is just rotate from my belly button up. So I really don't want to make sure that I'm getting anything from opening this way. You can see I'm opening too much through this lower portion. What I really want to try to do is keep actually everything below the belly button pointing forward, and then my chest in the club turning sideways, and I hold. And here you can kind of take a deep breath and keep trying to turn, because breathing under tension in this position is really going to help to make sure that we get adequate rotation from the upper part of our spine. And then what you can do is switch. Now I take that again, I'm firm through the legs, planted, turning. Big deep breath and back. So I turn my mat to the side here because you'll see I'm going to be kind of tracing my hand through. I did this only because we're on pavement. Here in the grass, it's not going to matter really any direction you go. I just want to make sure my knees are at least on the edge of the mat. Comfort level, but I prefer toes, up on the toes here. That just kind of gets a little bit of work through the ankles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back first. Okay, so what I want to make sure I'm not doing is rounding back into it. Okay, I want to make sure I'm keeping that back nice and stiff. I'm pushing now a lot of weight through my my left hand, right through the palm. I'm taking my right side and I'm reaching it. And I'm trying to reach as far as I can, pass through there, and at the very end, you're gonna lift and try to bring this hand, my right hand, up. And that's gonna almost feel a little bit of this pulling through the outside of that arm. Same thing, because we're trying to get this tension built, and the hand you pull this actively pulled across your body. So again, I'm planting through here, I'm staying down into my hips. Reach as far as I can. Again, take a breath, and then pull it across. Okay, and the further I pull this side up, the more I'm pushing through this to stay back into my hips. Okay, and then we're gonna repeat the other side. So again, right hand, nice and firm, back into my hips. And again, if you have trouble getting into the hips, sit back like that, okay, because I can load you back into the hips a little bit better. Here I am here, nice and firm. Taking my left hand now, reaching through. Very end, remember, take a breath. Lift the arm. Okay? And the idea again is trying to feel from above the belly button. Belly button staying straight towards the mat. I'm trying to make sure I turn my chest.
Well, a lot more where that came from this guy. We're looking forward to that in our game improvement series as we continue to focus on golf fitness after this one. A good start though. And well, Mark, I know you do have a lot of ideas for this one, so we look forward to that. We're not going to give them too much though, just a couple of exercises.
Some teasers.
Keep it simple and work on some basic concepts here. So thank you again.
No problem, thanks.
And thank you for watching. Leave your comments, leave your criticisms, leave your compliments, hopefully, in the comments section below either the YouTube video or on our page at pittsburghgolfnow.com. We'll talk to you next time.